This picture here, it shows a picking crew back over 100 years ago, and the gentleman on the left was Hugh Sampson English. I'm named after him, and he was the one in charge of the picking crew. And they had packing houses close to the groves because you couldn't haul very many boxes on one of those horse and wagons, and so individual growers had packing houses back there. This picture right here is Uncle Mac McKinley, and this is a low volume irrigation system from over 100 years ago, and it was powered by a steam engine out of an old steamboat. And the trees are pruned up, they're seedling trees, but it was a fresh fruit industry, and so you had quality fruit up off the ground. And the other thing is you cultivated with horses, and so you had the trees, the skirts lifted up, and what they would do is they would plow towards the tree in the summertime and leave a water furrow for drainage in there, and in the fall they'd turn around and plow back, but they always plowed very, very shallow.
What years would these have been?
They're over 100 years older. My Uncle Sampson was born in 1849 or 1850 in there, so that was a long time ago. That's just a picture of me when I was a kid, and some people from up north took that picture and sent my mama a copy of it, and that's how we got a copy of that. My dad would sell fruit to people that came down from up north, and he wasn't there, and so it was my job to look after him that day. And originally the fruit out of this part of the country went out on steamboats, and that was my grandfather's packing house on the Caloosahatchee River. And I think that picture was taken after they closed the packing house down, and they ended up tearing the packing house down and building a shed. This is my grandfather, and this is another picture with seedling trees in it. And it was customary at that time back there, and I don't really know why, to leave cabbage trees in groves. And you saw this on old groves on the East Coast as well as over here. And that's my grandfather there. And those trees were pruned up just like we were talking about in the picture with Uncle Mike over there. This picture shows a hand crew clearing land in there, and most of those groves in the old days were on hammock land, so you had oaks and cabbages in there, and they take the cabbage trees down because they didn't have an extensive root system. On the oak trees, they would girdle the oak trees and they would die, and that way they didn't provide a competition to the trees. Yeah. This picture here is not a family picture, but it is a very interesting picture because if you look behind, it has a gravity sizer back there. They dumped the fruit in and it had a gravity sizer in it, and they packed in Bruce boxes back there, and they wrapped them with birch straps, and they bought birch straps in bundles from up north, and when they got ready to use them, they would put them in the water, and they'd soak up water and would be pliable, and then they would use those to hold the boxes in there. And if you look at the boxes on the left side of the picture there, it makes a very nice box that way. And this was Uncle Mac's house on the Caloosahatchee River, and this is where before they had a bridge, is where the ferry went back and forth across the river there, and he had a little dock there. That picture has my Uncle Colin in it. That was called Sugar Mill Point on the Caloosahatchee River, and they'd grind cane and make syrup there, and it was a gravity deal, which was probably pretty unique in those days. That was a higher ground there where they squeezed the cane, and then it went down and they made the syrup there on the river.